slaves from Africa were being shipped to Suriname, they weren't allowed to wear shoes. They weren't allowed to be comfortable because when you had shoes, they were able to run. My great-great-great-great-parents were part of slavery, and being able to make shoes and have equal chances for different people with different ethnicities, having a building at the Golden Circle, as they call in the canals, these used to be slaveholders in these buildings. Having a young group of talented people with slavery backgrounds doing footwear, that's a beautiful thing. And I think that that's how the tables are turning. I started by having this obsession with footwear, having this obsession with fashion. I just couldn't afford it as a student. And I remember that I felt like, why don't I just start designing it myself? I made sketches, and then I remember Googling how to produce your own shoe or where to produce your own shoe. And then I found this factory called something like Eastern Dragon. And I got in contact with them and they said, like, we can do it for you. That's where it really started.
He knew that he found his calling, you know, like he was working on those shoes every day.
We took a car, drove to Paris with a bag full of samples, and we just started approaching stores and meeting people.
Basically in the garage, we started packing the shoes.
From 50 pairs, it grew to 250 pairs. And from 250 pairs, it grew to 500.
My dad said, we need to find another solution for this.
That was kind of the start when I felt this is becoming quite serious.
Filling Pieces was one of the young stars. They were doing something different.
It has some of the best materials on a shoe that I've ever seen.
This is all premium, man.
The big brands, I think, have learned from this new crop of kids who have come in and like really disrupted what the traditional fashion space used to look and feel like.
Boys becoming men. Simple as that. Boys becoming men.
This is the German crew. With German.
It's crazy here, huh?
Yeah.
We were here yesterday night and it was just a completely different scenery.
Different, huh? So basically have you seen the video part?
Yeah.
So they're doing there the video, here the photo, lookbook. Okay, now you can move a bit.
Jullie hebben de hele kast in beslag genomen?
So as soon as she gets out, if you can close the door.
Okay. Laura, kan je bij hem bij zijn neus een touch-up doen, want die zonnebril heeft opgehad?
This you're not gonna see on camera.
That's crazy.
Matthias, we're thinking like when we have like the last 15 minutes, quarter before 4, when most of the people, the models are still dressed, and we're gonna shoot the last scenes for the video of the runway. We just have all the models walking like behind each other, like to have an ending of the video.
Yeah, we said we don't want to do it to have like this.
I would just do it,
cliché ending,
but I would just do it so we just have it and see how it looks.
Felix, wollen wir immer noch jetzt, wenn einer von den Looks, die wir machen, einer von den Final 6 ist, sollen wir den gleich machen? Ja?
That's good, right? Sweet. All right, thank you.
Oh,
shit, bro. You see what he's doing to me?
Come on.
My God, bro. We're at a breaking point. The redefinition of filling pieces. A lot of people still know us only for footwear, exclusively for footwear. Well, there's way more of who we are as a brand. So yeah, bro, can you explain us a little bit about the space and what we're gonna do?
So this season for Paris, we're gonna have a new space, which is divided in three rooms. This is the way they're gonna get in, go here, check the full collection. If needed, be here for a coffee or for a meeting. This circle.
We do ready-to-wear, we do clothing, apparel, we do accessories, sunglasses. We do a full spectrum of different products, and it's amazing in Paris that we will have the first time showcasing and debuting all these different product categories and style them in one way that it's one world. That's really exciting. Because Dylan, you know that like the fixtures that we designed are based on the elements, huh?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, whatever. But sometimes you can really hide your non-interest a little bit better, bro. It's crazy that everything is coming to life now. I started back in beginning of 2010, having this obsession with footwear, having this obsession with fashion, but I was studying architecture back then. I was admiring Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, etc. I just couldn't afford it as a student. I was wearing a lot of Nike, Adidas, more sportswear related footwear, and I felt like I need to, bridge that gap between those two segments. So I made sketches, and then when I got the 50 pairs in, the first pairs, I was able to sell those 50 pairs to my friends, and there was one or two retailers buying 8 or 10 pairs of those 50 pairs. The shoes were actually sold out quite fast. That's where I knew, like, hey, this is something I want to continue.
I was pretty overwhelmed. I thought, like, well, maybe we can make a living out of this. Because then I was still in school.
We would just sleep on a mattress on the floor in the living room and surrounded by boxes and brand new shoes. So it would smell like leather and boxes. And I feel like we smelled like that. In the meantime, we would go to classes, get back to the apartment, pack, and then have dinner. Friends would come over. We continue packing and then sleep, wake up, go to class.
I packed shoes until 5 in the morning and then at 8 I had to leave for school again.
Er moest de auto uit de garage en de garage stond vol met schoenen. Mijn auto was aldoor vol met schoenen. Schoenendozen, ja.
I am from a different generation, so in my generation you need to go through all those steps in order to become someone, in order to also allow yourself to say, I'm a designer. And that was really intriguing. God, so you can be 19 and you can just, start a brand.
In eerste instantie dachten wij van, het is een leuke hobby dat hij erbij doet, want hij studeerde nog. Toen wilden wij eigenlijk dat hij nog een masteropleiding ging doen. En toen heeft hij ons gevraagd van, ga 1 jaar neem ik een sabbatical. Dan geef ik het 1 jaar de kans om te kijken als het een succes wordt.
The first real order was like 50 pairs. It became 200 pairs, 800, 5,000. And I saw it was crazy. And I thought, like, well, it can't get any bigger than this.
Toen bassist zei, ja, ik heb helemaal geen tijd om een master te doen. Maar misschien gaat hij het ook nog ooit doen, we weten het niet.
Ja, wat we hier zien is wat er nu live eigenlijk gebeurt op de website. En zoals je ziet zijn de sales €0, omdat de website nu nog op slot is. Maar het gaat wel spannend worden. Ja. Oké, nou, eerste active cart is er al. Ja, kijk, er zijn meerdere belangrijke momenten, zeg maar, voor FP in general natuurlijk. Maar ik denk dat voor ons is de sale wel het belangrijkste moment. Er zijn nu 9.000 mensen tegelijkertijd op de website. Er zijn vandaag al 27.000 sessies geweest. Als we iets met de sale fout doen, dan heeft het enorme gevolgen natuurlijk. Volgens mij had ik je al verteld dat er een keer tijdens een sale een product op €0 stond. Ja, dat soort dingen die zijn wel echt catastrofaal. Een oud collega die moest zeg maar wat nieuwe producten toevoegen. En had ze alle informatie ingevuld behalve de prijs. En toen stond hij meteen online. Dus voor €0. Die schoen die was heel snel uitverkocht. Ja, dat moet je natuurlijk niet hebben. Even kijken, 35.000 in 7 minuten. Ja, oh ja, kijk. Je ziet dat hij nu afgaat.
Fades into a white and the detail is insane.
Das hier finde ich auch ein Schuh von Feeling Pieces.
来自荷兰阿姆斯特丹的。
Pueden ver que es muy minimalista.
Son STEFAN.
Even the stubber and proper stuff.
I always dreamed of having an own brand, having an own product that would be sold in different places in the world. You guys make that possible, and you guys are more than just colleagues, you guys are family to me. Paulinho! Paulinho knows how much I love him as a brother and as a colleague and as a rock. You're my backbone, you're the guy that, you know, is always there for me, always have my back. We share a lot of things in common. A lot of people think we're different, but we're actually the same because because you know the battles that we're fighting.
My parents come from Suriname. Suriname used to be a Dutch colony. We grew up in a very white, small Dutch village. We've seen people treating us different because we looked different or we acted different or the food we brought from home was different.
Me and my brother, we both played hockey, which is like, it's not really a multicultural sport. And then, of course, you see it always that if you do something bad or if you do something good, if you score, then it's like, then you're a nigger.
Coming here and going to school for the first time, one of the first new words that I learned was a word, it's in Dutch it's katoenplukker, and in English it's cotton picker. And that was one of the first words that I learned, and it was because kids were calling me that.
At school, I had this teacher, and I'm not sure if it was my ethnical background, but I remember making this drawing, and there was something wrong with the perspective, and he said, like, you're gonna be average, and you won't be ever anything big, you know? And I was like, yo, why does this person or this teacher tell me this because of a drawing? And I always remember that is also one of the kind of motivators for me to achieve and do what I do today.
Pong pong. Okay.
There's a new wave of designers that came in a space that used to be very elitist and used to keep certain people out. These kids came in and said, hey, we're good too. Guillaume is one of them. You know, he's a designer of color, and like things are naturally just a little bit harder for us, you know, because of people's perceptions. So you have to fight people's perceptions.
We live in an age where there's enough clothes to clothe everybody for the next 100 years, yet we're still producing clothing. If you still do add products to the world, like they have to have a positive impact.
That's what you see within this company, that it's not about your gender, it's not about your age, it's not about your sexuality or sexual preference, it's not about, you know, your religion or cultural background, it's about who you are as a person, and it's about the heart and the feeling and the talent that people have, and I think that that's one of the key values.
It's not like a political agenda behind what we're doing, but what we are doing is being the change that we want to see in the industry. We use a lot of diverse models, you know, all skin types, from all walks of life. How many brands said that that wasn't selling? If you look at the Philippines office, look at like how diverse his team is. And that's beautiful to see. You walk into that office, you'll be like, yeah, this is a good representation of Amsterdam.
It's Kanye, he's losing it.
Oh shit.
Side? Can you do the side, please? We need to change the glasses of these as well. They're too shiny, right? We need
For
to...
me, it's good, but
yeah, because,
you guys want to change. But for me,
no,
it's
but
good.
if we have two with reflective glasses and two with normal ones, that's a perfect balance.
So they can stitch it before they do the stonewash treatment, and maybe
But
that combination will.
You really want those two stitches?
We don't have to. We don't have to. We can
Because
also just...
For me, without those two
Yeah.
stitches, they can stitch it after.
No, just do it out.
Because I think it's this. Because they have to stitch it inside. It's for why they can't do it. But without those two stitches, we can just stitch it after. I think it will be better.
Yeah.
Because those kind of details should come back more often on the item we make, just to create these like signature details. I really wanted to be a football player when I was young, but I didn't make it. And when I was playing football, I was always putting up with a crazy styling outfits, crazy haircuts. I loved fashion from the beginning. You can add some tricks, probably a pocket over here. 2 pocket here, boxy pocket on the sleeve. Now we're preparing collection. We finished actually the second collection. We're gonna present to Paris Fashion Week, the AW20. So yeah, I'm really happy to be part of this new adventure actually for Guillaume, because he's a footwear brand originally, so it's a new challenge for him.
He's one of the best people I know. Honestly speaking, like there's a few people that I surrounded myself with that I feel that they're too good for this planet. And it's just amazing to have him around. He has a certain energy. His Instagram name is Young Rodman because everyone says he looks like Dennis Rodman. He has blonde hair with a big smiley. He's just a character, and he's a very special human being and a very warm person.
For you, Guillaume, the length of the shirt is good.
Yeah. You can also make it shorter if you want, because I think you're trying to make a point. So tell me what you want.
For me, it's really long.
Okay, then take it out. Yeah, okay, we can take out a little.
For me, it's
but then just say it. Just say it. I want to take something out. You should take the responsibility.
I'm just asking you because you really love skirts, so I'm asking you. It's more challenging for me to work with Guillaume and to make this than working in a big house. I did it before, and for me, it's just a part of a statistic. Because they're already big and you're not gonna create something bigger than is already did.
Nice, huh? All right, let's brand this motherfucker up.
Being in this period of the brand, you're building something, you're creating something from scratch. It can really be big at the end of the day, so you can see on the future that, yo, you make this way. That's for me beautiful.
What? Get the fuck out of here, bro. You've never seen The Matrix.
So since last time, made 2 changes. One is to research if it's a possibility to have all our basic materials in a sustainable way.
I do all the material and color research for each collection. Yeah, basically sourcing, development, and kind of creative direction within colors and materials. Generating inspiration for the designers. This is a leaf. People call it the elephant ear plant. They grow quite big. Well, then we tried if it's suitable for shoes. So this is a sort of a test trial, which I initiate when there's like new materials that we're not sure of if it works.
Piet Langeveld, her style is very unique, but she's on a creative level, she's very far ahead. 2 or 3 seasons later, you see it on the catwalk, or you see it, other brands doing it.
It's just really looking at trends and moods. These are things I translate into a concept. This is the concept for SS20. The concept was family, kind of based on what is going on within the company. Filling pieces have sort of a family structure, not based on blood, but more by spirit. Things that Guillaume really stands for and how he works and how he treats people around him. And it's a relevant topic in the times that we're living now. We used to live in a time where basically your physical family really defined your path in life. That's all breaking apart. People are more free to choose who they want to be connected with, and they're free to create their own community as well. And I think that's very representative of Filling Pieces and the movement that they're part of.
Hij is heel trouw aan de mensen die om hem heen zijn. Hij voelt zich ook verantwoordelijk voor die mensen. Ja, eigenlijk je onbezonnenheid, dat kan niet meer. Dat kon al niet meer toen hij volgens mij 21 of 22 was. Ik moet hier een succes van maken, want hoeveel mensen moeten hiervan moeten ervan leven?
I doubted a lot of times. Maybe this was just a chapter in my life. This is the last day. Like tomorrow, the company's done. There's no more Filling Pieces.
Being an entrepreneur, I can just assure you, it's never easy. It means stress. It means bad sleeping. It means fights. It means it's just unhealthy.
Being an entrepreneur, running a business, managing a team, designing a collection, putting it out, hiring new people, making sure those people grow, making sure those people do what you need them to do.
We're all hungry. We all are ambitious, you know, and we didn't see any boundaries.
In his sleep, he would talk about work. Like, we need 100 pairs of the red one, and they need to buy the low top. It was funny, but also very sad, because that meant he was like fully mind, everything, spirit was Filling Pieces.
It's not even about work, because we're doing this stuff together. You're with friends, so you're always on and you're always going and going and going, and it never stopped.
You also want to talk about the pyramids, or? Okay.
So sometimes big things happen. So we had this pyramid shoe, which had a word that we don't like to use anymore since it was so horrible.
We made about 13,000 pairs.
Of the entire season, or maybe the entire year, was the most popular shoe. So we made the most of it. We got the most orders of that shoe.
We deliver the shoe sells out on the website. Retailers call, we want restocks, it's really selling well. And a week later, we get a call from the store like, hey, can we have a restock? And listen, we got a pair back, a default, and the fabric is ripping. And we started getting more emails from people that bought it at the website, like, hey, the fabric's ripping. I had a pair, I was wearing it a lot of times, and after 2 weeks, it was also ripping. And we had to basically get back all these shoes that were already shipped to a lot of consumers and a lot of retailers that bought it. Not only did we lose money, we lost confidence from retailers, we lost confidence from people that bought those pairs for the first time. You know, those kids that lined up for that shoe, which box I even signed, you know, they probably lost confidence in the brand.
We had this reputation for being like, you know, handmade, quality and premium. And then of course these things shouldn't happen.
At that time, you really think like, this is it, this is over. Like, it's been a nice run, but this is it.
Pyramid is also a word we don't really use. It gets people stressed out.
One of the big lessons I learned is that the brand and the company, it's a company, it's not my life. Even though my life and the brand are so much entwined and involved in each other, sometimes you forget that the way I see this brand, or the way that I kind of overachieve within the brand and try to run in a certain speed, that doesn't mean that all the people within the team are seeing that in the same way.
Guillaume and I were traveling to the US and Canada. We had a show in Los Angeles, so we traveled to LA and we had an installation there and we released a product there.
I was kind of taking him from his family for 3 weeks. I don't have a family, so I don't know how, I mean, I have my family, but I don't have children. At that same time, you kind of expect it. It's crunch time, we need to make it happen, we need to make it happen, because we're in this momentum.
Throughout that whole time, I felt tired, super tired. But I still was energized because of the things we were doing, but I felt my body was just tired.
He's so motivated as well, and he was working towards his goal for the company, and he's a very ambitious person. So he's kind of like moving away his emotions, moving away tired.
At some point, I almost felt like I walked into a wall. When I got back from that trip, our head of operations asked me, like, how are you doing? And I suddenly felt like this rage in my body, and I was like looking at him and I was like, yeah, I'm good, I'm fine, but I wasn't. Something's wrong.
If I think back at it, I feel very stupid sometimes. It also hurts me that he went through a certain rough patch because of the ambitions that we have as a company.
The doctor literally said, like, yo, you are not working a single second after this. And then I had to stay home for months. For the first time in years, I didn't have to think about work.
Him being such a strong personality, and always dealing with his emotions in the right way. From the outside, it also shows that on the inside, everyone has a human body and mind which has a limit. And I think that it's important for me to also see that I also have a limit, and you can't go over that line.
We zitten heel vaak in het moment. En je werkt in de mode, we werken een jaar vooruit.
Ja.
En weet je, we zijn nu alweer bezig met de zomer van 2021. Terwijl, weet je wel, de zomer van 2020 is nog niet eens aangebroken. Ja. Dus we werken zo erg vooruit, waardoor je soms vergeet en even... Je moet even beseffen van hoeveel er gedaan wordt en hoeveel dingen er ook goed gaan.
Het valt mij elke keer op als ik met jullie werk, hoe hard jullie gaan. Weet je, alles moet even snel, alles moet last minute.
Als het iets langzamer zou zijn, dan hadden we denk ik meer tijd om te evalueren en dingen te laten bezinken. Maar het is wel, zoals al wordt gezegd, we leven gewoon in een fast-changing industrie, maar ook een fast-changing lifestyle.
Ik snap de haast en tegelijkertijd is dat ook een enorme bedreiging volgens mij. Omdat je dan te snel over allerlei dingen heen wil stappen die wellicht juist grond geven voor onrust.
Wat we het net eigenlijk een beetje over hadden is natuurlijk, dat er zit een klein stukje, er zit waarschijnlijk nog wel wat oud zeer, weet je wel, bij wat mensen. En dat is niet met één presentatie weg te nemen, maar het is wel een start voor something new.
Het is een strategiepresentatie voor 2020. Basically, we hebben training gekregen hoe we betere leiders kunnen zijn. En dat gaan we nu vandaag presenteren aan het team. I have a very strong personality. Boris has a very strong personality. The same for Paulinho and Casper. So to start with myself as its feedback. Don't let your emotions be the biggest driver. As you guys know, I can have good days, bad days. I want to let you guys know it comes from a good heart, and I always want to do better for the company. If you're stressed or angry, then you need to act professionally as a leader. Be able to deal better with constructive feedback. If there's more feedback, please let me know. Leroy, I saw you writing down some stuff, so maybe you have some questions that you want to share with us?
For me, what's most important is just communication, that we keep speaking with each other, whether or not something is easy to speak about or not. We're all just humans, and as human beings we're flawed. We all have our own thoughts, we all have our own emotions, but we can always find a middle ground.
I really believe in the saying that sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. I can tell you we learned a lot in the last couple of years. People got hurt, people got frustrated within the firm, but also people that we worked with. It's just sometimes you're in a growth pattern and you forget what really matters. It really feels like this is the right direction and this is where we want to go for. What's up, bro? How's it going? We are in the construction building space where we're basically building all the fixtures for Paris for the showroom. So these are all the display units that we will have in Paris as an installation for our new collection. And they're basically building it now and testing everything, like the LED lights, etc. Just to make sure that everything is working before we ship it out to Paris.
We made two big decisions. Yeah. The first one was to decide, like, okay, instead of having things that we can discard or that Philippe is going to discard afterwards, take the opposite way and say we're going to build something which is very sturdy, also very flexible and versatile. And therefore, then you can use it for either the next one or in the different shops.
Everything that we do is refined from like the invite to the fixtures and the installation in the showroom to the product. It's all about the details. It's coming to life, it's coming to life. These are no good? These are no good? Defect?
It's good to be here so we can, you know, sit down with the factories, go through all these minor little changes we want to do last minute and actually have them, you know, well executed in the final samples we're making that we're going to show to buyers and press in Paris and to our kind of community that's going to come down.
Where's the red? Where's the red?
It's not, I don't remember having this orange, but that's the color.
We're doing this. We're not doing this.
When you need the boots?
7th of January. At least one pair for 7th of January.
We make a new one.
One pair. The red. It needs to be yellow with red. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Schat, dit moet wel gebubbelwrap worden, dat begrijp je toch? Zo'n zakje, dat heeft toch... Het is een fucking beamer.
Vorige keer gewoon hierin gedaan en dan hierin en dan vastgezet.
Als jij dat even kan regelen alsjeblieft, dan maak je mijn leven wel echt wat prettiger.
Hebben we dit nodig?
Paris Fashion Week is one of the key moments within the seasons.
These people, these decision makers that can make or break your brand are them, and you want them in your showroom.
Every season you have to step up. You cannot do the same thing that you were doing last season. It needs to be better.
There's hundreds, thousands of brands that we mention 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, and then they fade away again.
We're good at it, but the competition is good at it too, so let's see about Paris.
We just cut all the pieces that were there, the wrong size. Wrong size. So everything, like now you can turn everything black and white, like... No!
Ik heb een klein beetje een probleempje. Ik heb hier 2 logo's en 0 mallen. Ja, ik denk dat ik ze anders gewoon met de hand doe.
Ja. Waarom gebeurt dit soort kutdingen elke keer? Dit soort kleine kutdingen. Het is van, we hebben het ding altijd mee.
A little bit.
Okay, thanks bro. Oh, that's a good banana.
It's not going as planned. Let me put it like that. It's 9:15 now. We're supposed to be done at 6. And it doesn't look like we're nearby being finished.
Hey, ik zeg je eerlijk man, hoe wij het nu allemaal doen zijn, dat is de correcte way man.
Easy.
Organic growth bro.
Easy peasy. Rustig aan.
Rustig. Kalma.
Alright guys, so I'm just gonna give you a little walk through the collection. I think it's important that everyone
knows kind of the story behind the collection, the showroom, so when the buyers come or your clients come, that you're able to explain the collection in the right way. The new collection is entitled Spirit, which actually means the fifth kind of element that holds the first four together. This is like the envelope bag. It's really funny. It fits my thick and fat hand, you know? And this is the passport holder. It's really functional. It has a pocket in the back. You can wear it like this. Some people that are not, I would say, as heavy-boned as I am, they can wear it around the middle. It's very important to realize that this is the first collection where all these different products are coming together and designed in the same space. Thank you, guys. We're doing suits, everything. Did you see our suit? Come, bro. Look at this suit, bro. Double-breasted. Even the buttons in the corduroy, heavy corduroy. You like the shoe?
Putting yourself out there like that every single year is quite something and takes a lot of guts. You know, things that you decided 6 months ago may not be the right things today anymore. Trends change. These are fire, man.
No, it's...
but you have a lot of non-athletic footwear
We
now.
really feel that the market is shifting there.
It is, yeah. Every year, you know, they manage to surprise us either with a cool campaign or with a new sneaker silhouette. I mean, I think if you look at, you know, what's happening here now behind us, I think that's a great showcase of how Filling Pieces is completely reinventing itself again.
It's been a hell of a journey from the starting point of making the collection, sitting together with the team, brainstorming, first mood boards, collecting the first reference images until like the end result, seeing the furniture that we designed, the space that we designed, the pieces.
This whole crew of designers has shown the next crop of designers that anything is possible. You know, when me and Guillaume are granddads and shit, we can look and be like, hey, we were part of that first school that came in and broke the door.
The reactions have been very good. There's been positive reactions, there's been, you know, critical feedback, and I think we all took that as a big compliment and people really liking the collection and it all comes to life, and that's very important. I think the most important thing for us is not only the buyers or the press coming by and giving us their feedback, but the most important thing for me is like the community that's coming by. Those are the people that elevate your brand, that support your brand, and make sure that your brand exists.
When we came to Paris, we used to share one bedroom apartment with 4 or 5 of us. Now, I don't know where Guillaume is staying in Paris, and everybody's staying separately. You know, like things change, and as we get older and the business grows, of course we're super proud of like what we've already done, but I think we feel like we're just getting started.
It's been a hell of a week, very busy. It's beautiful to see that we had such great success by exposing the brand in a proper way. We will do way more than just fashion. The brand and the concept of what we stand for, basically using creativity to unite different people. It can be in music, can be in art. we're facing a new reality. It's hitting everyone. Stores are closed, factories are closed, suppliers are closed. You know, everything is kind of on a pause.
Yo!
Yo,
Hey!
Guillaume, you're muted.
Good morning, bro.
Unmute yourself.
Yo, guys.
Hey,
What up?
What's up? You good?
Good, man. How are you guys doing?
Good. Yeah, I'm in Paris, bro. I'm in Paris, close to my family.
The collection that we showed in Paris is being hit by this crisis. So the problem is that that collection has an expiration date. Probably most of those pieces of all brands will go in heavy discounts because people need to get rid of their stock to be able to pay their bills. And for that reason, I think that we have a huge problem in fashion. So
Is the sun shining everywhere at least?
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the weather is incredible.
So guys, I'm very lucky that everyone around me, my family, everyone is healthy and safe. So that's good. This crisis moment is not like the decisions we're making now in terms of spending, they need to make sense. This is the moment now for our brand, but I think for everyone in society to make a big change for the better. Because we're just over-consuming. We had as a brand a certain strategy where we felt we need to make a super big collection. We need to make 300 different shoes each season. It's a rat race being forced to run this fast and people getting burnouts and people not liking their work anymore and oh shit, it's again fashion week, you know, like oh shit, we have to work on a new concept for a runway again, you know, like everything came to a standstill. And I must say that I feel personally, I feel way more relaxed. There's no new product coming out. And I think we're all still living, right? So it's not that we can't survive without new apparel or new clothing or new things. If brands would make one collection a year or 2 collections a year max, and most of those pieces were like carryovers, we wouldn't be in such a shit show. We would still have problems now, obviously, but it wouldn't be such a shit show. And I think that is what we need to work out, and that's where, you know, fashion in general needs to be redefined. And that's what we're trying to do, and that's where I feel the responsibility to do as a brand.